transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
It's Wednesday. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. With Karina ready in her chair. And almost 10 whole people watching from home. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time for the ThinkSoJoE Show!
They thought they were going to the Super Bowl. Oh.
That's pretty rude.
Oh, they thought they were going to the Super Bowl.
I know, but like, there's like this sportsmanship thing, and you're not doing it.
But they thought they were going to the Super Bowl, and they're not.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. Can you imagine this? Imagine this. Let's do a hypothetical here. Imagine you're 25 years old. You've been a Bills fan your whole life. You didn't get to see them go to the Super Bowl in 1990 and 1991. No, it was excuse me. Let me correct myself. 1991, 1992, 1993, and 1994, and lose all four of those. And you didn't get to see them go to the playoffs for 20 years. And then they go to the playoffs, and you're thinking, this is our year, and we're going to win, and we're going to be Super Bowl champions. We're going to go to the Super Bowl. I saw them all day after Tom Brady and the Bucs won. All of them are just like, oh, yeah, we get to play Tom Brady. We're going to go on and beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, you guys still have to beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And they failed to do so, right. And they're not going to the Super Bowl. So...
Well, maybe they'll have some momentum built up from this season, and next season maybe they'll get to the playoffs and go even further.
Or maybe their quarterback and half their starting defense and their tight end gets hurt and they don't make it to the playoffs at all, like the team that went to the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Jasmine heard me before it aired. Because she's in the room.
Oh.
She's like a couple of rooms over.
Yes, she is.
So we're hoping our internet stays stable today. We dropped like 1,100 frames right at the start of the show. So, but none since. So it's technically wood. It's made of wood.
I guess.
It's made of pieces of wood. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Anyways. So
we're going to have an interview later on.
Yes, we are, with Devin Mullen.
Devin Mullen of Anxious Kids Make Good People, which is a mouthful, and I have to think really hard about it every time I say it. And he does the post-APOC open mics. So we'll find out some more about those things later.
See, now you got the Bills fans in here, and they're trying to chirp because, oh, you didn't make the playoffs this year. Yeah, because... like 90% of our starting roster was injured and didn't play. Mm-hmm. So come back to me next year with that. Anyway. So
what about hockey? How are the Sabres doing?
The Sabres won yesterday.
Yeah.
The Sabres they won the couple of days before that against Washington, and so I think they're 3-0 or something like that. 3-3-1. I think it's like 3-2-1. I don't know, something like that. I haven't been paying attention to the record. I'm just like, guys, win some fucking games.
Well, are you enjoying the games?
Jack score a fucking goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm enjoying
good.
it. Like, especially now that Jack Eichel scored that goal yesterday, and just I wish I could play a clip.
Yeah.
But just Ike scores this goal, and you just see him like start skating off, and he's just like, just so you can tell that you can see the relief in his body language now that he's finally scored a goal this season. And now I'm just waiting for Jeff Skinner to start justifying his bloated contract. So,
okay.
Yeah. He played really well when he was playing to get the contract. Now that he's got the contract, what the fuck's he done in the last 2 years?
Okay.
So,
All right.
we'll see. Anyway.
Totally.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. You know, the next game is tomorrow.
Who are they playing?
They're playing the Rangers again.
Where?
In Buffalo.
Okay.
And then this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, both 1 p.m. games against the New York Islanders here in Buffalo.
Oh, okay.
So I'm excited about the 1 p.m. start on Sunday because that's also the day of the WWE Royal Rumble.
Oh shit! Really?
So that might be a sit in the living room with the projector on day.
I wouldn't blame you. We can even like put the love seat like facing the
that
projector.
actually might make sense.
Yeah, that would be really.
That'd be
nice.
a lot easier than trying to do the couch that way, like I did for WrestleMania
totally.
a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for this weekend. I'm excited. Well, I'm excited that hockey's been back.
I know you are. I know.
I see all these Bills fans who are like, oh, well, I guess we'll go root for the Sabres now. Like, no, get your loser stink out of here. Like, yeah, I know we have the longest playoff drought in the entire NHL, but hopefully that turns around.
Yeah, you can hope.
With all these big star players we've got now.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see.
That's all we can do.
Hopefully, you know, that win against Washington the other night will turn things around, and the win last night against New York, you know, and you know, not that New York's a great team to beat, but still. Anyway, this is a music show, says the lady who's in the chat asking about fake hockey teams.
Oh.
Had a great stream last night. Laura was in the chat last night.
Oh yeah.
Yellow Sauce, Leland was in the chat last night.
No shit.
And then a couple of other people I didn't know jumped in the chat last night and were hanging out and
what were you
chatting with
playing?
me. NHL.
NHL.
Yeah. NHL.
Jasmine says she's bored of NHL.
Then Jasmine can start her own stream.
Okay. She really wants you to play Animal Crossing.
I know she does, but I just can't see Animal Crossing being at all entertaining.
Can you get violent in Animal Crossing?
I mean, you can hit people with your net, but like
they probably frown upon that.
Yeah, they kind of get mad at you. They're like, "You used to be so nice. What's wrong with you?" And it's like, "I want you to leave my fucking island. That's what's wrong with me. Go away." And then they don't go away. So
I'm not bored. It's just repetitive. I'm
well,
sorry,
there's
Jasmine. Misquote.
I'll tell you the same thing I tell Laura all the time. There are other people on Twitch.
Okay.
You can go watch one of them.
All right.
There's plenty of people playing Animal Crossing on Twitch. I just don't think for me that would be a viable game to play on Twitch because my content is aimed at older Twitch viewers.
Okay.
Because, like, I can't stop myself from swearing.
True.
So I have it set to, like, it's 18 up, 18 plus or whatever. I told you, Laura, if you want to watch FPS games, you go watch Yellow Sauce. That's what they play.
Oh. It took me a second to figure out what FPS meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had actually asked me to play whatever first-person shooter game they're playing. They asked me to play with them on stream, and I'm like, guys, I can't. I literally can't.
Right.
And then so she's in the chat last night. I want you to play FPS games, and I'm like, this is perfect. I have guys who have asked me to play FPS games with them, and I told them why I can't, and they understood and never bothered me with it again. And I have Laura, who knows why I can't play FPS games and keeps asking me to play FPS games. Laura, you don't have to watch this show. You don't have to watch my Twitch streams. You don't have to do anything. Nobody is forcing you to. Yellow Sauce controls the bananas, not Scott.
We have bananas.
We do have bananas.
Jasmine, if you're peckish, there's some bananas.
There are bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been eating them, though.
I'm like, I had to buy pepperoni because you ate all my pepperoni. And you're like, I need you to buy bananas. I'm like, there's no money for bananas. I have to buy pepperoni now.
I thought you were serious for a second. I was like, oh, shit.
No,
Is it like that all of a sudden?
Yeah, no. No. Anyway. Scott has nothing to do with my gaming streams, so that you don't have to watch any of those. 2, Scott barely has anything to do with this, so you don't have to watch this either. If you don't like it, go find some other content to watch because there's plenty of content creators out there that are wonderful. I was watching a guy earlier today. He was in my chat last night, so I was like, I'm going to go watch his stream now that he's on. He was playing Among Us, which I've never played. So
I've heard that it's neat, but I don't know a damn thing about it.
Well, I kind of get the concept of the game, just I don't know anything about like the gameplay or anything like that. So I'm not following. And he's talking about GameStop, and so here's the story with GameStop. Okay, is earlier this month they were trading at $6 a share, and so. There was, I don't know the word for it off the top of my head, but there were these like high-end investors who borrowed shares of the stock to sell it low with the intent of selling it lower later on to pay back their shares and also make a profit, or paying it back high. I don't know how that works. But all these people on Reddit said, hey, you know what we should do? We should all invest in GameStop. And so the GameStop stock went from like $6 to like $30 to like $300.
Holy shit.
So all these people who sold with at like $6 expecting the stock to drop.
Yeah.
So that they could buy it at a lower price and, basically make money by returning the shares that they borrowed and pocketing the rest of the money. It's fucking them over.
That's insane.
So all these people on Reddit are getting rich. Well, all these people who play the stock market all their lives are like, shit, we're losing money on this.
Interesting.
And my understanding is now they're trying to do the same with AMC theaters.
Oh.
So I was half tempted to figure out how to buy stock earlier and jump in at $20 a share.
How many shares do you think you would get?
I don't know. Probably like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it worth it at 3?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know nothing about stocks. Laura doesn't know who's more confused with that story, me or you.
Yeah, I tuned out a minute ago.
It's her because I have an idea of what I'm talking about, but I don't know how to articulate it because it's not my forte.
Right.
Anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Super Bowl coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, not that Buffalo cares, right?
So in the interview, it was brought up by Devin Mullen, and you'll see this. He asked the question, who do Bills fans root for in this Sophie's Choice of a Super Bowl? Do you root for the team? Do you root for the team that beat you, or do you root for Tom Brady? Which one do you do? That seems, and that thought had crossed my mind. What does Buffalo do to kind of is Buffalo going to watch the Super Bowl? Does Buffalo have any interest? Because now it's the team that they were sore losers against last week in the Kansas City Chiefs, or it's Tom Brady. So who's Buffalo rooting for here? What is Buffalo going to watch? If and I know I said this, I say this every year, and I want you guys to know this, that if you are one of those people who are like, well, I'm going to watch just for the commercials, you don't have to. You don't, because YouTube, every single year, YouTube has a playlist of all the ads that aired during the Super Bowl.
That's excellent.
So
you watch them on your own time.
So you are not obligated to watch the game to watch the commercials. You won't see them as everybody else is who is watching the game, such as me, are seeing them. But you will still be able to watch them after the fact. So
okay, well that's good to know. I don't care about either.
So the ads the last few years have sucked.
Yeah.
There's been like maybe 1 or 2 good ones each year. So it hasn't really been like, oh yeah, I want to go out of my way to watch these ads again, but I am watching the game.
Okay.
Because I don't have a horse in this race. I am rooting for Kansas City. If anybody's wondering, that's my brother's team.
Oh yeah, right.
So even though they are the team that beat San Francisco when we went to the Super Bowl last year,
you're such a jerk.
I still have respect for them as, you know, that's my brother's team. He would root for San Francisco if roles were reversed. So
Okay, cool.
So Laura wants to know, question for you, who was in the Super Bowl last year?
Well, I know Kansas City was.
And they beat. I literally just said it 5 seconds ago.
I don't know.
Who was I rooting for in the Super Bowl last year?
The 49ers?
Yes, the 49ers.
I'm sorry.
I literally just took a jab at the just before that was asked. Hey, we got no internet again. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, that's fun.
Show me where this...
Down on the bottom.
Where it says live?
Where it says kill a... Yay, this is fun. Spectrum, fix our shit.
Oh, dear.
All right. So we're on the air. We're recording anyway. Well, I don't know what the fuck's going. Here's what we're going to do.
What are we going to do?
We're going to hit start recording. So now if this doesn't air properly, we'll at least be able to put it up on YouTube properly. So I don't know what's up with my internet right now.
Yeah, it's pretty jacked.
I have reset my modem. This is very frustrating.